24. This influence or control over the body by mind is coming to be more and more generally understood, and many physicians are now giving the matter their earnest attention. Dr. Albert T. Schofield, who has written several important books on the subject, says the subject of mental therapeutics is still ignored in medical works generally. In our physiologies, no references is made. Maybe that's supposed to be no references are made to the central controlling power that rules the body for its good, and the power of the mind over the body is seldom spoken of. 25. No doubt many physicians treat nervous diseases of functional origin wisely and well, but what we contend is that the knowledge they display was taught at no school, was learned from no book, but it is intuitive and empirical. 26. This is not as it should be. The power of the mental therapeutics should be the subject of careful, special, and scientific teaching in every medical school. We might pursue the subject of maltreatment or want of treatment further in detail and describe the disastrous results of neglected cases, but the task is an invidious one. 27. There can be no doubt that few patients are aware how much they can do for themselves. What the patient can do for himself, the forces he can set in motion are as yet unknown. We are inclined to believe that they are far greater than most imagine and will undoubtedly be used more and more. Mental therapeutics may be directed by the patient himself to calming the mind in excitement, by arousing feelings of joy, hope, faith, and love, by suggesting motives for exertion, by regular mental work, by diverting the thoughts from the malady. 28. For your exercise this week, concentrate on Tennyson's beautiful lines, "Speak to him, thou, for he hears, and spirit with spirit can meet. Closer is he than breathing, and nearer than hands and feet." Then try to realize that when you do speak to him, you are in touch with omnipotence. 28. The realization and recognition of this omnipresent power will quickly destroy any and every form of sickness or suffering and substitute harmony with and perfection. Then remember there are those who seem to think that sickness and suffering are sent by God. So if so, every physician, every surgeon, and every Red Cross nurse is defying the will of God, and hospitals and sanitariums are places of rebellion instead of houses of mercy. I remember reading this when I read the book before. Of course, this quickly reasons itself into an absurdity, but there are many who still cherish the idea. 30. Then let the thought rest on the fact that until recently, theology has been trying to teach an impossible creator, one who created beings capable of sinning and then allowed them to be eternally punished for such sins. That's what I like about this book. That don't make no sense. Of course, the necessary outcome of such extraordinary ignorance was to create fear instead of love. I agree. And so, after 2,000 years of this kind of propaganda, theology is now busily engaged in apologizing for Christendom. Are they? No, people still doing that shit. 31. You will then more readily appreciate the ideal man, the man made in the image and likeness of God, and you will more readily appreciate the all, originating mind that forms, upholds, sustains, originates, and creates all there is. Here goes another quote. All are but parts of one stupendous whole, whose body nature is, and God the soul. Opportunity follows perception, action follows inspiration, growth follows knowledge, eminence follows progress, always the spiritual first, then the transformation into the infinite and illimitable possibilities of achievement. I guess that's one of the author's quotes. Either the original one or the one who added on to this. Part 22, study questions with answers. 211, how may sickness be eliminated? By placing ourselves in harmony with natural law, which is omnipotent. 212, what is the process? A realization that man is a spiritual being and this spirit must necessarily be perfect. 213. What is the result? A conscious recognition of this perfection, first intellectually, then emotionally, brings about a manifestation of this perfection. 214. Why is this so? Because thought is spiritual and therefore creative and correlates with its object and brings it into manifestation. 215. What natural law is brought into operation? The law of vibration. 216. Why does this govern? Because a higher rate of vibration governs, modifies, controls, changes, or destroys the lower rate of vibration. 217. Is this system of mental therapeutics generally recognized? Yes, there are literally millions of people in this country who make use of it in one form or another, and obviously many more worldwide. 218. What is the result of this system of thought? For the first time in the world's history, every man's highest reasoning faculty can be satisfied by demonstrable truth, which is now fast flooding the world. 219. Is this system applicable to other forms of supply? It will meet every human requirement or necessity. 220. Is this system scientific or religious? Both. True science and true religion are twin sisters. Where one goes, the other necessarily follows.